In this video, I'll be doing a deep shoulder stretch and mobility routine. Feel free to follow along. You can also download the free PDF for a quick offline reminder. First link in the description below. Let's jump in. Let's start with a quick shoulder wake-up drill. So grab a stick, broom handle, resistance band, anything you can grab onto, and we're just gonna get our shoulders moving using the full range of motion, fully in front of us, extending fully behind us. We're literally just waking our shoulders up right now and getting them ready to move. While we're working on those, I do want to point out that this routine is perfect for unlocking those shoulders and taking care of any tension or pain that tends to get built up in that area. Plus, if your shoulders tend to round forward, I've included a few more advanced dynamic moves at the end that will help with that. Alright, so let's pause in that top position. Find a good middle position and pause right there, letting your body relax. And at that bottom position, go as low as you can while keeping your shoulders engaged and get that nice stretch. We're gonna do one more round of these shoulder mobility movements. I like these because most of us don't get to use our shoulders' full range of motion, which is understandable. There's not always a need to do so in our regular days. So if that descending motion behind you is feeling really stiff, you can always widen your hold to decrease that intensity. But ultimately, doing this drill and the other movements in this routine will start to really unglue those shoulders. Perfect. Now that we're warmed up, let's get a nice deep stretch going. I'll be using yoga blocks, but you can use anything, a chair, a bench, coffee table, an old book, whatever works. Go ahead and kneel down, bringing your hips off of your heels and place your elbows on that platform. Put your hands together, pointing them towards the sky, and lower your head between your forearms. This is the starting position. Now, to get the stretch, think about driving your chest and armpits into the ground. You're gonna feel it in your shoulders and your lats. So we're gonna come in and out of this stretch for a few repetitions. So go ahead and start at the top position and slowly drive into the stretch. Now, if you do notice your back getting that extra flexion or curving going on, just remember to keep your tailbone tucked, and that should keep your back from any extra extension. Let's hold on that last one. Remember to take nice, slow, deep breaths, letting your body know that it's okay to relax in this position, and it's going to allow you to get into a deeper stretch. So we're going to do another round of these, but if you're up for a challenge, I got you. So grab something to hold again and grip it at about shoulder length apart with your palms facing towards you, and tilt your elbows inward. And that's the key to the stretch. Don't cheat yourself and let them slide outward. Keep them pointed inward and place your elbows on an elevated platform. Walk your knees back, and we're gonna do that same motion of pressing our chest and armpits into the ground. If you feel any tightness, go ahead and work that area, stretch it out, pause, just get comfortable in this lower position. Fully extend up, that'll just be our starting position. And when you're ready, slowly lower down and get into this stretch. Pause for a second and come back up. Now, I absolutely love this movement because you will feel this in the top of your T-spine, like right where your shoulders meet your neck. And if you're like me, you tend to hold a lot of tension in that space, especially if you're sitting at a computer for majority of the day. So this movement can feel intense at first, but keep working at it. It's gonna start to feel good and your shoulders will thank you, believe me. Now one thing I want to note is your back should not be curving at the bottom of this position, like I'm showing you in this example up here. This takes the stretch out of your shoulders and places a lot of unnecessary tension in your spine, especially your lower back. So think about tucking your tailbone through the entire motion. This will keep your spine neutral. So I have another shoulder opening stretch for you guys, and this one should feel pretty easy after that previous one, but we're going to remain in that same kneeling position and put one arm out in front of you. Really stretch it out as far as you can. Drive your chest and armpits down towards the ground, but this time rotate your chest away from the shoulder that is being stretched. This is going to put a lot of emphasis on that one side of your body. So feel free to move around a bit, get comfortable in this area, find the stretch, and hit any tight points that you're feeling. Again, we're going to come up and go back down for a couple of reps, holding in that last one. These unilateral stretches are a great way to focus on one shoulder at a time, which gives us a nice even stretch. So if one shoulder is tighter than the other, or if one tends to compensate for the other, stretching one side at a time can really help remedy that. Perfect. Let's switch to the other arm and repeat the same cycle. So if you are feeling extra tight or uncomfortable with this movement, try this without the yoga block or extra elevation, just, putting your hand directly on the floor. Work that position, get comfortable there, and progress at your own pace. This is all about getting our bodies, open and stronger and comfortable. So there's no need to rush this here. And most importantly, stretching with good form is way more important and way more beneficial than just doing what you can to elongate the stretch. You want these movements to benefit you and be effective. So moving at your own pace and progressing how you need is the key to really ensuring you benefit from these movements. All right, so we got a nice potent stretch in our shoulders. Now that they're unlocked, let's add an endurance component. Lay down and extend one arm out to the side, really getting a good reach. Go out as far as you can. And using that other arm as support here, push the extended shoulder down and pull the other shoulder away. You'll feel this in your front shoulder, your front delt, and your chest. So slowly move in and out of that position, holding on that last one again. Now, make sure your extended arm is fully stable. So think about pushing your hand, like the palm of your hand, into the ground. This will ensure that your shoulder is taking on all of the stretch. Perfect. Now let's switch to the other side and do it again. So as much as I love these deep stretches, adding that strength and endurance movements or components like the one we did here, that's what really leads to long-lasting change. So we can stop that cycle of shoulder pain every night and begin to strengthen the muscles needed to keep our shoulders from rounding forward. Now, one thing that can happen, your shoulder may want to roll forward, and we want to avoid that. So think about pulling your shoulder back while you're driving your chest down. This will keep that stretch in the front delt and the chest, which is exactly where we want to feel this. But we are going to do another set of 5 on each side. So when you're ready, get back into that starting position and go ahead and open up that shoulder and chest like we did last time. But here's the new element. Bring your opposite leg over as far as you can. Try to touch the ground with your foot. This is getting a full spinal rotation, but it's also adding some load or some extra weight onto the stretch. We gotta put these shoulders to work. So let's get a total of 5 reps per side, pausing on that last rep. Now, remember to keep your body steady and remain in control of the entire movement. Avoid just swinging your leg back to extend the stretch. The movement and control while we get into the stretch is just as important as that final hold at the top. We want to train our bodies to be in control and in correct posture during the whole thing. I know this position it may feel different, feel new for a lot of people, but it's gonna start to feel good, especially when you start feeling the benefits of doing these type of movements. So feel good about yourself, because this is not easy. All right, good job. Let's continue loading our shoulders and working on their strength and conditioning. Now, I've got a 3-step progression that I want to show you guys. So we'll start with level 1. We'll do 5 reps, rest, progress to level 2, do 5 reps, rest, and then finally level 3. There's no pressure for you to progress through all 3 levels in one day, so start where you can, work in that position, and when you're comfortable, move to the next step in the progression. When you're ready, let's dive in. We'll start in a nice, solid crab position. Lift your hips off of the ground and then shift them towards your ankles. Don't concave in at this bottom hold. Hold that position, nice, proud, shoulders back, chest high. That's the stretch right there. That's what we want to hold. So let's shift back to the starting position and we'll repeat this movement for a total of 5 reps, pausing on that last one. Now the goal here is to complete this entire set while keeping your hips elevated off the ground. This puts majority of the weight on your shoulders. Of course, if it gets too intense, sit your hips down and work up as needed. Nice. How those shoulders feeling? Good? Well, let's take a quick breather for a second and regroup. Pause the video if you have to, drink some water, rest those shoulders, and get ready for round 2. All right, when you're ready, join me in this crab position again. As a reminder, feel free to repeat that previous movement we just did for round 2, but if you're ready to progress, let's get it. This time, bring your hips straight up, creating a bridge. Try to keep everything as straight as possible, holding in this top position. All right, 5 reps, let's go. Of course, we're working our shoulders here, but we get an extra strength and endurance workout in our hips, glutes, hammies, and even your lower back. So plenty of bang for our buck here. And no need to overextend at that top position. The top of the bridge should be pretty straight. You should be able to draw a straight line from your knees, through your hips, all the way through your shoulders, as straight as possible. Hold on that last one. Woo! Relax. Great job. Man, those crab bridges get me every time. So if you're still with me, feel good about yourself. take a moment to relax and catch your breath, because we're not done yet. You know I can't make this too easy for you guys. All right, when you're ready, let's get back into that crab position. Again, if you're at level 2, do level 2. If you're at level 1, do level 1. For those of you who are progressing to the next movement, put one arm behind your head and kind of crunch in like you're doing a diagonal crunch or sit up. Then fully extend as far as you can hold at the top of the position. Fully extend all the way up, hold it, and back down. All right, 5 reps. Let's get it. This is working that unilateral strength and balance here, since one shoulder is taking on all of the weight to hold us up and keep us steady. Hold on that last one and come back down. Awesome. I love this movement. I love training our bodies to work as one complete unit. And of course, emphasizing these shoulders to increase their flexibility and endurance. All right, we got no rest for the wicked here. Let's repeat this on the other side. Now, this movement may expose some imbalances in your body. Even for myself, I noticed I was able to extend more on this side, and I felt a bit more stable. And that's okay. That's exactly why I like to do these split movements as such. All that means is that my left side could use some more attention, some more love. Maybe it's lagging in flexibility or strength, but doing these types of routines daily or semi-daily can correct those imbalances. And don't be afraid to really push your body to fully extend at this top movement here. Unlike the last crab bridge, it's okay if we're curving at the top. We just want to really push our bodies and hold ourselves up. Boom. Nice. What those shoulders feel like. Let's go. Man, these crab positions, they're not easy, so feel good about yourself. All right, let's follow up that intense movement with a chill gravity pull. Okay, so grab something like a pillow, foam roller, rolled up blanket, anything you can put under your back and between your shoulder blades. And just lean back and let your shoulders fall back. Get your arms comfortable and just hold that position, letting gravity do its thing. Your job here is to take deep, slow breaths, relaxing your shoulders, and just feeling them drop as you relax. Just enjoy the unwinding of your shoulders. Let all that tension go. Sit here for a full 30 to 60 seconds for another deep stretch. Now, if you like these strength and endurance movements, like the ones we did here at the end, I have a whole video dedicated to increasing shoulder mobility and endurance through movements very similar to these. That routine is right here, and it complements this one nicely. It's a great place to progress to after these deep stretches. Absolutely no pressure though. In the meantime, do this routine again, do it a few times a week to work on unlocking those shoulders. Drink more water, and I'll catch you in the next one.